What if the real reason you have quit every diet, every workout, every good habit you ever started has nothing to do with weak willpower and everything to do with a single craving that has quietly hijacked your brain? A craving that, by the end of this video, you will know how to break in exactly 24 hours. Be honest with yourself for a moment. You are not lazy. You hold down a job. You show up for your family. You are the one other people lean on. In almost every part of your life, you are strong. But there is one appetite. Maybe it is the food, maybe the sugar, maybe the endless scrolling, the drink, the easy comfort at the end of a hard day that beats you every single time. Monday morning, you begin on fire. This is the week it changes. By lunchtime, you have already caved. Again. And each time you break, a quiet voice whispers the cruelest lie of all. Maybe you are just weak. Maybe this is simply who you are. Maybe you will always be this way. I want to tell you about a man named David. And then I want to tell you about someone who makes David's struggle and yours look small. David was strong in nearly every part of his life except one. He earned well. People respected him. But behind the calm face, he was losing a war he had never told anyone about. He had tried everything, every diet, every app, every 5 a.m. routine the internet promised him. And every single one died within a week, killed by the same enemy. The moment a craving screamed, he obeyed. He hated himself for it. Capable of so much, ruled by so little. He felt like a fraud. And one evening, exhausted, genuinely ready to give up and accept this as his life forever, he finally poured all of it out to an older man he trusted, a mentor known for an almost unnatural calm, a quiet mastery over himself that David could not understand. David braced for a lecture, a harder plan, a better app, discipline, discipline, discipline. Instead, the older man was quiet for a long moment, and then he said something that turned David's entire understanding of willpower upside down. He told David that his exact struggle, a strong, good person enslaved by one single appetite, was not a modern weakness and not David's personal flaw. It was written down in detail more than 3,000 years ago, in the Mahabharata, and the answer the ancients gave had almost nothing to do with trying harder. So today we are going to hear the glories of Nirjala Ekadashi. And to begin, let me introduce you to the one man in all of history who turns this struggle into something almost unbelievable. His name was Bhima, the strongest human being who ever lived. The scriptures say he carried the strength of 10,000 elephants. He could lift a war chariot with a single hand. Whole armies fell silent at the sound of his name. There was no enemy on a battlefield he feared. And yet, this same man had one opponent he could never, ever defeat. His own hunger. Inside Bhima's belly burned a fire so fierce that the scriptures gave it a name. Vrika, the wolf fire. It was a furnace that demanded to be fed, and it would not wait. So when the holy days came and his mother, his wife, his brothers, the noble Pandavas, would all keep the sacred Ekadashi fast, Bhima would try. He would truly try. And by midday, the mightiest man in the world would be sitting and eating, alone, while his entire family fasted in peace in the very next room. Twice a month, the strongest man alive was brought to his knees. Not by an army, not by a weapon, by a single craving he could not master. Now tell me, does that sound familiar? Here is the part that matters. Bhima was ashamed, deeply ashamed. But then he did the bravest thing a strong person can ever do. He stopped pretending. He asked for help. He went to his grandfather, Vyasa, the greatest sage of the age, the very rishi who had arranged the Vedas and composed the Mahabharata that Bhima was living inside. And Bhima begged him a simple human question. Is there one fast, just one, that someone like me, ruled by this fire, could actually keep? And Vyasa smiled because there was. He revealed a secret that the scriptures had been holding for exactly this kind of person. There is one Ekadashi, he said, that falls in the burning heart of summer, kept with no food, and not a single drop of water, from one sunrise to the next. The hardest fast of the entire year. Keep this single day, Vyasa told him, and you will receive the blessing of all the Ekadashis of the year at once. A lifetime of sin, burned to ashes. It is called Nirjala, near without, Jala water, the waterless fast. Now stop and notice what just happened, because this is the whole secret. God did not look at the weakest faster in that family and command him to grind through 365 days of willpower. He gave him one supreme, decisive, all-or-nothing day. And on the far side of that single day, everything changes. The man who could not skip one lunch is given the one fast that, kept once, outweighs them all. I know how this sounds to a modern mind. Fasting to fix your self-control sounds like superstition. So let me show you what modern neuroscience has discovered, because it says the ancients were exactly right. Every time you obey a craving, the snack, the scroll, the hit of comfort, your brain releases a small surge of a chemical called dopamine. And dopamine has one job, to make you do that thing again. Faster, louder, sooner. So every time you give in, you are not just losing a moment of discipline, you are physically rewiring your brain to crave harder the next time. This is why willpower fails. You are not weak. You are fighting a loop that is chemically rigged against you, one craving at a time, and the loop is built to always win. You cannot out-willpower your own wiring. But something remarkable happens when, instead of fighting the loop one craving at a time, you step out of it completely. When for 24 hours you give the system nothing, no food, no cheap dopamine, no feeding the fire, your body shifts into a deep cellular cleansing the scientists call autophagy, where it clears out what is broken and renews itself. And your overloaded, numbed reward system finally, mercifully, resets. The volume comes down. And for the first time in years, the craving goes quiet. You can actually feel its grip loosen its fingers from your mind. That silence, that is the biological reality of what the scriptures have always called purification. So how do you actually do it? You take the upcoming Nirjala Ekadashi, and you keep it one day sunrise to sunrise, turning away from the fire instead of feeding it, and turning your heart in that space toward God. And hear me clearly on this because it matters more than the fast itself. Keep it within your ability. Nirjala is waterless, in the peak of summer. If you are unwell, elderly, pregnant or nursing, diabetic, on medication, or you work out in the heat, you keep your water. Bhima fainting is the warning in this story, not the goal. The power of this day was never in dehydration. It is in the turning of the heart. Fast according to your strength, and let even a small, sincere step be your beginning. Because that is exactly what David did. Just like Bhima, he finally stopped trying to win the war one craving at a time, and instead gave himself to one single day. And I will not lie to you, the first 12 hours were a war of their own. Every craving he had ever obeyed came screaming back at once, all of them, demanding that he break. But he stayed in the fire. He did not run. And by the next morning, the screaming had stopped. In that strange, beautiful silence, David felt something he had not felt in years. Not perfection, something better. He felt that he was in charge. For one day, the master and not the slave. And that one day did not just break a fast. It broke the lie he had believed about himself, that he was weak, that he would always be this way. From that morning, his discipline stopped coming from white-knuckled struggle. It came from somewhere deeper, a new and quiet identity. I am not ruled by this. And within a few months, the habits that used to die in a week were finally easily holding. Not because David had finally found more willpower, but because he had won the one day that changed who he believed he was. So listen to me carefully, because this is the part one most want you to keep. This rare and ancient knowledge did not survive 3,000 years, through wars and the fall of empires, by accident. Survived for you. The one sitting there right now, strong in everything except the single thing that keeps winning. You were never broken. You were just fighting the wrong war, one craving at a time. There is another way, and it is older than every diet on earth. And make no mistake, this is no longer the practice of one land or one people. Through the Hare Krishna movement, this very fast, and these very holy names, are now kept and sung on every continent, by people of every color and every background, all across the world. What you have seen here is not a relic of the past. It is a living, global awakening. And if seekers everywhere who came to this fresh have opened their arms to it, then there is nothing at all standing between you and a place within it. And let me set your heart at ease on one thing. This fast asks you to change nothing about who you are. It belongs to no single religion, and it asks for no conversion of any kind. Whatever name of God is dear to you, hold that name in your heart as you fast. Because the turning away from a craving and the turning toward the divine is a gift open to every human being of every faith without exception. Do not waste another year of your one life as a slave to a single craving. Remember the upcoming Nirjala Ekadashi and keep it within your ability. And share this. Send it to 5 people you know who keep starting over and giving up on themselves. You never know whose chains might fall just from hearing this once. Subscribe and tap the bell, and we will walk through the next sacred fast together. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,